Welcome to the channel. Eddie and I, we've come all the way to Norfolk.
Norfolk, yeah, Norwich, Norfolk, yeah.
It's a fair old distance from us, but we are doing something which we enjoy, and that's roof construction and test driving the square and the app and that sort of stuff. So we're actually doing a flat to pitch. Now this is sort of subject which a lot of people ask me about. I have a flat roof and I want to change it to a pitch roof. This is a classic example of that. So we're going to get on, we want to get it done so we can get back and beat the traffic for a 3-hour drive
Home in time for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go. So the first part of any job is planning it out. So the first thing I'll do is I'll whip up, get as much information as I can, because we'll cut all the rafters down on the ground. First thing we need to do is strengthen the existing flat roof joists, put some noggins across to take our wall plates that we're going to run round, and that's what we need to measure up for now. So there's some information that I need to garner from the existing structure. That's basically what the angle of the roof is, because I'll be continuing that on above, obviously. There's a number of ways to achieve this. For example, I've worked with some really old boys years ago when I was younger. They'd just put a bit of timber up and try to line it up straight, and of course that'll work as well. But sometimes, you know, if the timber's not straight, you might be out a little bit. So we've got a simple angle finder device. This is an inclinometer. I mean, there's so many different types, but you want to take it on the rafter slope at a certain point, and you want to check it in a few places, and you want to keep it nice and square to the roof slope. If you do this, you're going to get a different reading altogether. You can see that. So if you follow the line of the rafter underneath, lay it across, in my case 3 battens, and check it, and it's going to give you a pretty good idea of where we're at. So it's saying we're 32.7. We want to check 4 sides, so it's a full hip roof. We've got a very small bit of ridge running at the top. So we'll check this side, we'll check that side, we'll check the other side. But what I'm going to do is just draw a very simple plan of what we've got here. This is what we've got, and this is what we're going to carry on. We're going to extend everything up, put a bit of ridge through, common rafters, end common rafters, jack rafters. This is exactly what we're doing, all off a wall plate. So we know that this side was 32.5. Let's check this other side here. 33 degrees, which is within half a degree, which is absolutely fine. So we're gonna write 33 there. But as far as roof pitching concerned, that's really quite nice. It's when you've got one that's 5 degrees different, or maybe 10 degrees different, which sometimes is the case, which makes it a little bit more interesting. And that's pretty close as well. 32.7. And we'll just check the last side over there. Again, it's almost exactly the same, within a hair's breadth. Let's try and see if I can fit that through there. That's it, perfect, onto the rafter. 32.5, so we're looking good. So that's all 4 sides within half a degree of one another, so that's good. Okay, now we're going to get the dims on the top. We've got ourselves a very hard working helper up there today. Does anyone might recognise this man? Look, hey, here's a... See, who's this?
It's our new labourer for the day.
It's Kieth. He's decided to come out and help us. In fact, we're coming out to help Kieth today. So, yeah, he's doing all the hard work. You see, he's had to rip all that OSB up. And anyone who does that knows that is just the worst thing to do first thing in the morning. But we've got the weather on our side today. And, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we're going to get up there now. We'll get all this OSB down. And we'll make some measurements and write the rest of the plan out. And then we'll cut some timber. Yeah, we're going to beef this up a bit off that purlin. If that purlin's strutted. Oh. Right, I'll get my dim from this end now. If they cut their joists the same, it'll be absolutely perfect. And that'll do me. Within a hair. Happy days. Now let's get our width, 3146, and that one's 3152. So there's a little bit of difference there, but not a lot, nothing to write home about. We can make it the same, 3150. Right, so I have the basic dimensions of this rectangle. From this, we're going to go and set out a rafter so we know how much we're taking out of the long lengths. That will enable us to cut some noggins for this section here. Get them up and spiked in first. That's really important, we get that done first. We'll remove these small fur-ins as well, get them off out the way. And I think that's pretty good going then. So I'm going to go set that out down there. Well, I just want to say the first thing that we're doing is getting our roofing squares set up, and we'll do a quick calculation to see how long the longest rafters are. And then that'll be pucker.
You're going for 33 average out, or are we going?
I think it's best to go
32.5.
33, because you'll find if you go 33, that extra half a degree will mean that everything's nice and tight.
Yeah.
On the points. So yeah, you've got to make an approximation sometimes, you've got to make an assumption sometimes. So we've got to break these down. There's so many nails on the drive, we've got to be careful of that. What we want is 2 at 3.7, which will be the outside wall plates. Just try and find the straightest bits. They're going to be trimmed back again in a minute, but for now, make them exactly the right length.
These are the wall plates you want straight, eh?
Yeah, I mean the hips want to be straight as well, so...
Yeah, they all want to be good.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a span of a 3150, 3150, a ridge of, what's this ridge thickness? 46. And the angle of roof is 33, the rafter length is 1850. So I know that we can get 2 meters and have a spare. So we're going to want, how many we're going to want? We're going to want 4 hips. The hips are only going to be 2.4, 2.5 long. So we can get the best bit out of that. What we don't want it to do is have the twisty hip ones. So just
this one's not great, this one.
That'd be all right as the short plate measured off that end, yeah?
Yeah. And what's the short plate length?
The short plates you want to be 3,150. We're going to cut them back again, but if you cut them 3,150, so take this end off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only makes an 8mm difference if I go from 33 to 32.6.
Really?
8mm in the length, so we just stick with
Go
33.
33, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Timbers aren't too bad, are they? Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've got to be retrimmed in a minute, but if you could just pass me a couple of these 6/0s up, we'll cut these into 3 bits, and that'll get us 2 commons and a crown. I want to do that twice.
Sounds like the royal family.
I know. We're not far from them, are we?
2 commons and a crown.
Yeah. 2 commoners in the crown. Okay, so let's just break these out. These are 6/0s. Let's go into 3s.
Is that all we want, mate?
Just for now, yeah. We're just going to break these into the first 6 rafters.
Can I break out a hip to 2.4, whatever you need it at?
I was just going to cut the points on first. You can mark them all up. Get the other
on the hips.
Get the other roofing square. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at this app of yours, Robin.
Let me just clear it back. So I'm doing an equal pitch roof like we are here, okay? I know what my span is. It's 3 meters and 15 millimeters. And we're using a ridge board, which is 46 millimeters. And I know that the angle of the roof is 33 degrees. I just simply press calculate, and it gives me the exact rafter length I need, okay?
Amazing.
So that's 1,770. Now, so what we do is we cut a 33 degree cut on the top of the rafter, and then we measure along there. Let me just go and find my tape. 1 second, please. Measure along there, that amount. Okay, so we're measuring along 1770. and we're going to measure along to there. That is the overall length of the rafter. So in our case, we're putting, because we're sitting over your wall plate up there, we'll mark a seat cut. Okay, so if that plumb cut is the degree of the roof, 33, then we mark the seat cut, and that will be basically taken through here like this. Now we want to sit over the top of the wall plate, which is this, and we want to sit over there, and we want to line up nicely with that point there. So we're going to put a bird's mouth at the back here. Just going to check this is about the right size. Yep. So there we have our little plumb cut there. That is what we're going to be cutting out. All that, and that's our rafter.
Awesome.
Pretty easy.
And when is the app available?
Next year. It's not a rush at the moment because I just want it to be right.
I hate maths.
Yeah. Back to me there. That's it, mate. Lovely. Yeah, it's very, very close. Within 8mm. That'll do me. So there's the foot, and it's going to line through when it sits on the plate. It's going to line through so it's all in line and nice and flush. Okay, so that's the foot we're going to use everywhere. That's the template. Now we need to work out that we need a bit of ridge. The ridge is running this way. Now the way we work a hipped roof out is super simple. We measure the half span. Okay, so let me just take this here. I'll do it from the inside here. So we take the span of the roof here, and we've got, in our case, 3 meters and 20 millimeters. So that's 1510 is the center. So this is where our center rafter goes. This is where our first rafter, our crown rafter goes. I'll just mark that in quickly, and we do that both ends, basically like this. Mark that across. That's where we're going to be. The measurement from the face of the plate this way to the side of this point of the rafter here needs to be repeated on the other side, and that's 1486. That is the position right here of the first rafter, and that goes the same on the other side. So 1486 here as well, and that's where our first rafter is, which basically gives us an exact square. And that's where the end common rafter will be, right here. Same on the other side. And then we repeat that process for the other end, and that will give us the length of the ridge board as well. So we do that again over here. Overall span, that's outside of plate to outside of plate, 3 meters and 20 millimeters. 1510 is the center. We'll mark that up here. 1510, that's the center. This is the crown. The crown always goes at either end of the ridge. So that's exactly where we want that one. And then we're going to take that measurement, the same side measurement we have here, and that gives us the ridge length as well, believe it or not. So there we are there. And there we have the length of our ridge. In our case, it's around about 597 mil. We'll write that on there. Ridge. We'll repeat the process on the front. And if you find there's a difference in that measurement, because the roof, we're following the existing roof, if it's slightly longer, so the ridge might be 10 mil longer than this side, I'll actually cut the ridge in between the difference, which is exactly what it should be.
Like a glove.
Yeah, we're all happy with that. Once we had the common rafters in and the crown rafters in that short section of ridge, we quickly measure for the hips. We've got the points cut already. It's just a matter of direct measurement, going down to the bench
and getting them cut in, which is a super simple job.
So the jacks are the ones that go from the wall plate up to the hip, are they? Yeah. Mate, the pace at which you guys work is incredible. What's your hammer of choice then? Is it? looks quite old. Is it something you've had knocking around for a while? Yeah. God, it's really long, isn't it?
Proper hammer here, Keith.
What's that?
Little titanium jobby. Ragbone brown special, that one.
Have you had a nice day, Ed?
Wicked day, yeah. It's been really good to smash the roof out.
Yeah, we have.
What time is it?
It's about 3:20 and we started at about...
It's 24 past
yeah,
3.
so we started... What time did we start?
I don't know, was it about...
9:30. Time we got our gear out, yeah, about 9:30. So, Keith?
I cannot believe how quickly this has flown up, and it's the most beautiful roof I've ever seen. I'm so chuffed with it. Thank you guys so much.
It's a pleasure, mate. It's really nice to come out to Norfolk. It's beautiful around here. We've had buzzards flying above us here, and it's been really nice. I'm surrounded by countryside, and that's what it's all about, Keith, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Hey?
Yeah, very good. Also,
come on then, Ed. Let's have a quick look at the structure up there. Talk us through what we've done then, Ed.
So here we have the roof all finished. We put a wall plate down on the existing flat roof. So this was pitched to flat, and we made it continuous pitch roof. So we've got, as you can see, just a short little ridge here that the crowns and the hips and the commons all come into, this lovely junction here. And then we got some lovely jack rafters coming all the way up. And yeah, it's been a really, really nice roof to put together. Nice pitch, 33 degrees. And yeah, everything's just worked out really nicely. We've got almost a reverse bird's mouth on the rafter feet here.
It just makes it nice and solid, doesn't it? Nice
Yeah.
and strong. I mean, some people might want to just cut that off on a seat cut, but I like the fact that if there's timber there, leave it there. So make a bird's mouth, and it works quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
So we've done.
Hand it over to the roofers.
We need to hit the road now, mate, don't we?
Yeah, mate, get back for a
We've
beer.
got a 3-hour drive, and we'll get back. So that's it. That's the junction at the top Ed was talking about there. So you've got the crown, end common, hips. And in our case, the hips come down onto a nice big plate there. They're bird's mouthed over it. The jacks are also sitting there holding it all nice and true. And that is basically what we do. That was a flat to pitched roof.
In, well, a matter of hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did it in about
Call it a day.
6...
5 hours. 5 hours.
5 hours, that was. 5 hours. All right, anyway, that's it. Let's go. See you soon. I'm just going to flick round
The photos of the roof.
That's it. We're off. See you soon.